What's up guys? So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make extra money doing product photography with some of the UGC brands that you're going to be working with. I'll be using my DSLR camera, but I'll make a separate video using my phone camera to show you the difference between using the two devices. And that card will be somewhere up here once I get that video completed. This video will be great for anyone who's interested in starting out with product photography, or if you're starting out with UGC and you want to add some extra money into your pocket. Taking photos with your camera or your phone camera will be a great way for you to add a little bit more value to your clients. And yeah, they run ads on images too. So if you can take good images, then you'll make a lot of money for that. The product we have today is called Let's Fucking Go. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. It says LF Star Go. Obviously it's like the censored way to say it, but they're basically energy packs. They replicate like a tobacco little pouch that you put in your mouth, but it's all caffeine. There's no nicotine or tobacco or anything in these. So they want product photos, and I looked at their Instagram and a lot of their other content. They seem to really enjoy having their products involved in lifestyle type of content, just because it's caffeine and you need energy to do your lifestyle, I'm assuming. So I've built a few stations just around my house and around my backyard, and we're gonna build on those stations in Photoshop later. Cool thing about doing product photography, especially now in 2025, is that we have the use of AI. So I'm going to show you guys how to utilize AI in Photoshop. And if you've never used Photoshop before, don't be intimidated. It's literally so easy for beginners to use now, and I'll show you that. But I'm going to use AI in Photoshop to build a completely brand new scene that looks nothing like it's shot in my house. So we're going to run through that. I'm going to use some props around the house just to kind of help sell the scene a little bit more. But you don't have to do that, because oftentimes you can add your own props in Photoshop and it looks very, very realistic. You won't even be able to tell the difference most of the time. All right, so here is my first station. This is kind of more of like a DJ music type of producer setup. I have a MIDI keyboard and then my tablet just kind of running through the software. So we're going to use my camera to take photos of that. The next will be this area. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but I want to incorporate the longboard and kind of make this some type of either some type of city or skate park look. But we'll figure that out. The thing about Photoshop is it's nice because once you have the surroundings, you can build off of the floor or build off of the wall. So we'll see what type of options we have once I get that in Photoshop. Now over here, table's a little dirty, so I gotta clean this off a little bit more. We've got the fitness type of setup. Now I want to go for a Tulum type of jungle gym style here. So we'll put the caffeine over there and see how that turns out. And then the final scene, we'll do something more golf related. So I'll probably put a golf hole in here and then put some of the other caffeine products. Sorry, there's a lot of cards and stuff that are over the wall next to my house, but this will be more of the golf scene. So those are the 4 different environments we're going to build off of, and yeah, let's get started. I did end up adding a light in here because I'm shooting indoors and the window light isn't enough. Just so you guys can see how much of a difference this makes, I'm gonna snap a picture without the light, turn it on, and then we'll snap a quick picture with the light, and you'll see the difference with having light versus not having a light. So lighting is going to be super crucial with your videos and photos. So once you get enough cash to at least get a light, I would highly recommend just grabbing a cheap light. It doesn't have to be super expensive, but some light is better than no light all the time. So we're going to snap a few pictures here, really try to zoom in into the product a little bit, centered. Now with photography, composition is going to be super important, so here I really want to focus on the red, because that is a popular flavor, I think, with the brand. But I also have other accent flavors in the background. Okay, so here's a hack that you can do. I like to do this just to make some extra money, especially on some of these apps where you can sell extra footage. Brands love, well, everybody loves slow motion. That's the first thing. But while you're doing product photography, you can always just take a short clip because you already have it staged. I just switched my camera over to slow motion mode, and what I did was I just did a quick shot. I put the product in focus, And then basically what I do is just back up until the product is not in focus anymore. And when you shoot that in slow motion, you can just reverse it or play it straight out, and it'll just slowly move into the product, and you have the environment kind of already set up. So that's just a quick clip that you can shoot. So one thing about product photography that you want to consider outside of like the props and stuff is the composition. Now you really want to make sure how you display the product looks nice and uniform. You know, like you always, most of the time, if you're going to take photos, the product, make sure that it's like the center, the main focus of the shot. If it's taking up a lot of the space in the photo, then you're more than likely going to get a decent photo. And then use stuff like these weights and these and this jump rope here to give a little bit more context and lifestyle to the product. But these are not the focus, the product is. Also, when shooting multiple products, just consider the composition and how things are being used in the shot. So you can make like a cool triangle shape, or you can make a square shape. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. It's just more so about how you get creative. Like I could even take these products right here, because right now I have them all laying flat on the table, but I could stack them like on top of the weight somehow. I'm kind of rushing right now so you guys can kind of see where I'm going with it. You could easily just stack the product just to get a little bit more creative. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You just got to experiment with it, and whatever you think looks cool is what you think looks cool. And it might not look cool. You might have an idea. This idea is trash. Happens to me all the time. And then over time, you'll just get better at, you know, displaying products, and you'll get a cool composition. And sometimes you'll just do some extraordinary creative stuff, which is what we're not doing right now. We're just simple product shots. That's what we're going for. Just trying to get it knocked out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's move on to the next spot. Turning this into like a skate park, or like some type of like a city environment that showcases the product in this this skateboard here, or longboard would be the proper term for it. So I've just put all the caffeine, what are these called? I don't even know, the caffeine bags or whatever. I just put them all in a line. All the containers, they're all in one straight line, evenly spaced. Well, to my best ability. Maybe there's a little bit of offness in there, but that'll be okay. We're just gonna take a photo of this board right here with all the products together super quick, and then we'll see what we can do with it in Photoshop. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I wanted to grab it just for the purposes of this video, and who knows, maybe it will turn out to be an amazing shot. You just got to try some stuff out sometimes, so let's do it. So right now I'm shooting a shot with the board in the center of the frame, and then what I want to do is angle the camera up so that the board is at the bottom of the frame. Now this might be good, because if the board is at the bottom and we have more space in the top of the photo, that'll give the brand the option to add their copy, you know. So in the photo you'll see, I don't know if you can see it from here, let me try to put it there. You see the board is at the bottom of the shot. So when you're looking in a photo and you go into the editor and you want to add in caffeine for skateboarders, you can put all that here. You have that space to get a little creative. So we are at the final spot for this product. One thing I love shooting is in the sorry, that super loud engine there. One thing I love to shoot, or one place where I love to shoot, is on turf or like freshly cut grass. Turf is probably a little bit better, I guess, in my personal opinion, but I think both are fine. It's just super easy, you know. It always gives it a nice clean look. You know, you just go, focus, and then snap the shot, and it's just, I don't know, just something about it. It's just super simple, super clean. I'm moving the leaves out of the way. Of course you can fix this in Photoshop, but it's always better just to remove dust or like particles and stuff if you catch it. Sometimes you won't if you're in a rush, which I am all the time. But if you can just knock that out real quick, you will save so much time when you have to fix it in post-production. So for this, we're just gonna have a golf ball, a club in the shot. If you've noticed, I've shot most of this in the shade today. It's okay to use the sunlight. Just right now the sun is like really bright and harsh, and I don't want that to affect the product shots too much. So I'm just shooting in the shade just to get more of an even light. Same with when I was on my table over there. It's just in a nice shaded area. Now you can shoot golden hour. That's always going to give you the best light. Disperses the light across the sky very evenly. But I don't want to wait that long. So yeah, we're just going to shoot it now. So we've got it. This is not really staged the best, but you know, let's just have some fun with it. So we're just gonna boom. We're gonna line all the products up again in one straight line, and then I'll angle this golf club like that. This putter we've got, let's just try to like underline. There we go. And this might be a cool shot. Cool. Let's try to straighten up the text a little bit more if we can. So what I have right now are the products in one straight line, and then I have the club under it almost like it's an underline, and then the golf ball is kind of like, it's almost like a little Nike sign, to be honest. But let's you guys are going to see the shots here in the video. So that's pretty much the end of this video. I actually went ahead and did some extra kind of more creative shots to show you guys how you can play around with the composition of your props and the products. With this one, I kind of did a shot where I've seen videos of people like kind of bouncing the golf ball off the putter or whatever club that they have. So I kind of wanted to replicate that type of look with this photo. And we have the products, obviously the caffeine pouches that you put in your mouth, and then you have the golf ball right underneath the club, so it kind of looks like the club is doing, I don't know, just something creative I wanted to try out, and it came out pretty good in my opinion. But for now, that's the portion of us just shooting the products themselves. Hopefully you guys learned a lot from it from watching me do it. So let's move to this next section.